There's Toby the Wonder Pooch laying on top of all my handcuff literature. Look at look at what he's doing. Alright, hey guys, welcome to this part in this series for Off the Cuff, where we're examining cuffs that aren't in my collection, but in my buddy Glenn's collection. Part 1, I hope you watched it because it was about Ian McCall's creations. He's a master locksmith from Australia, and in keeping with that theme, I thought I would look at some Australian cuffs that Glenn has that I simply do not own any examples of yet. And what we're going to look at is these small arms factory cuffs. Or safe lock cuffs is what collectors call them, SAF for small arms factory. This particular pair is actually really cool because they're stamped New Zealand Police. At a distance, they look just like the Peerless cuffs from 1912, 1916. Same keyhole, swing through, ratchet, swing through. Modern cuffs were pretty young at this time. These were probably made, about 10 years after or so. These ones actually say that they were created in New South Wales. Okay, they have that stamp on it, and they have other stamps on it, small arms factory. And these operate pretty much the same way as you would think the Peerless of the time did. It's got the single bit key. It's not a barrel, it's a flat key. And boom. Okay. It even has the groove from earlier swing through cuffs didn't have, and it's got serial numbers on it. The finish on these is really fantastic, and for double locking these cuffs, it had the plunger. Very early Peerless cuffs didn't have the plunger. You had to double lock it by turning the key another rotation in the cuff, but these you just push down with that little nubbin, little teeny tiny post there on the end of the key, and that would push it down and double lock it. It also goes all the way through the cuff. There's a hole on the opposite side from the keyhole. I hope I'm not going too fast, guys. And it just, before they started putting barrel keys with posts in the cuffs, you'd see a lot of them with a hole drilled in the back, the lock case, so that it would just keep the key. It makes it easier so that you don't break the key as often. Although, these are really tiny, but there you go. So that was, an early model of the safe lock. Something interesting, when they went to the later models, which are more secure, notice the links here are oval. Check this out. These are the later ones where the links are perfectly round, perfect circles. How cool is that? And you'll notice a difference in the keys. These are the later ones. These are high security cuffs. The ones I'm about to show you. See? Regular handcuff key. This one looks more like it's for a padlock or something. Well, let's take a look at the Safe Lock Mark 1. It says MK1, that stands for Mark 1. On the back of this bow, made in Australia. And they spell lock, L-O-K. It's not that they didn't know how to spell, it's just really, the company name. And they have these little knobs with cross hatchings on it that's turn. You can actually turn these with your fingers in certain situations, and I'll explain what that's about. On this part right here, it says set. There's the word lock, and that basically would tell the officer which way to turn the key for different functions. I don't know if they're interchangeable, so I'll go like this. Like I said, it takes a weird looking key, like a modern pin tumbler. Goes in, you turn it, and they swing through, by the way, like other ones, like other swing through cuffs. They're a little thicker, and they're really well made. The nubbin right there, okay, there's an arrow. Now, these are set right now so that, they would go on somebody's wrist if they got arrested, but if you turn it in the direction of the arrow, click, double locks. Pretty cool, huh? So you didn't need the key to double lock it, you didn't need to push any plunger, you didn't need to slide anything, all you need to do is turn that little guy. Okay? And then, I'm going to put the key in, and it goes all the way in. It feels like it stops a little bit, but it goes all the way in. And when you turn it, whoop, opens up, and check it out. It also is freewheeling, just like that. Isn't that neat? And back to normal. And let's see, where do we take the key out? There we take the key out. Turn it. It's one of those things that it takes a little while, a little bit of practice to just get used to it. Kind of like the Matatucks can be a pain in the butt, but these at least give you some hints, you know, with an arrow and the word lock and set and different instructions like that. And it came with the written instructions like all cuffs do, but these are just really cool because they're the only ones I've ever seen with the raised keyhole on that little knob. Right. And Safe Lock, they're still making cuffs today. Another thing that's interesting is you see the pin going through holding the cuffs together. You can actually see through it. It's hollow. I don't know why. Something in the manufacturing, but it's just a little detail that, you know, sets them apart from other cuffs. These are much more expensive than, you know, a pair of Smith & Wessons. If you're going to buy a brand new pair of Safe Locks and a brand new pair of Smith & Wessons, you're going to drain your bank account a lot quicker buying the Safe Locks. Now we're going to take a look at the Mark IV. These just came along later, and these are all machined out of one piece of metal too, by the way, which is pretty incredible when you think about it. For you machinists out there, I know you guys love the technical stuff like that. But these ones here, let's see, there's a serial number, and you can see the word lock is much bigger. Mark IV, on the outside, except for the stamping and words, you know, the bigger letters, it looks pretty much exactly like the Mark I, but apparently they made a few changes internally, which I really don't want to break open one of Glenn's cuffs to show you the differences, because I'd never go put it back together again and he would probably kill me. The Mark IVs just came along later, and you know, just like in any other manufacturing of any other item, as time progresses, they say, you know what, that didn't work so well in the first model, let's change it up a little bit and, you know, just add a little something here, a little something there. They're constantly modifying their products, and that just makes sense, you know, because they have to keep up with the market. I don't really have much more to say about the Safe Locks. I know that you guys do. You can find out more information online, because the Safe Lock company, like I said, is still in existence, at least as far as it was when I started shooting this video. I'm saving up to get a pair of these because these are really cool. They're high security. But anyway, Safe Lock cuffs are something that I've never seen for sale, like at a flea market or, you know, at an estate sale. Like you can find Smith & Wessons all the time, and even some Darby's or whatever. And I've purchased Froggets and pretty much lots of different cuffs around in America. I've never seen these for sale at a yard sale. I'm going to treat them more gently. One day, if I ever get to Australia, hopefully I can scare up a few down there, you know, at a flea market or whatever. I doubt it, but that's wishful thinking. I always think maybe I can find something cool at a flea market, you know, like a Lowe's or whatever. That's pretty much it for the Safe Locks. You know, this one was a little quick because there's only 3 examples that we can get our hands on right now for you guys. If you haven't subscribed, please click subscribe, click like, leave comments, and at the end of the video you'll see my contact info. If you have any further information about this stuff, like, you know, please let us know. The collecting community, that's what we're here for, just to get more information out there so that people know what they have, what to look for, and, you know, just make it more enjoyable for everyone. So, alright, we'll see you again next time. We're going to go get something to eat.